Since few days I am trying to search meaning in my magic. Meaning as in whatever I am showing, what kind of impression I am leaving upon my audience. Because it's really difficult or rather challenging to just see in what front, in what perspective our audience are seeing us. Because passively in the back of our mind, when we see a magician or like him, many times the idea is because he's carrying a certain character, a certain flavor, and his magic has got meaning because everything he shows concludes. There's a conflict. There is a sort of beginning, mid, and the ending that satisfies the curiosity of the audience. That was something that compelled people to leave their mobile screens for a while and to look what magician is doing. Just telling them random, describing the props of the magic one do. In fact, I've seen this myself when I perform. There's no such thing as excitement what I see in my family members because the preparation was not done well. It's just the trick that I know, and in fact the performer from which I had seen performing was not that interesting, or he didn't decide to give much thought to it. But that is not the right thing to do. While we start looking for the ways or the thing or the place where that magic of ours fit into what message we are trying to convey. Are we trying to be a dumb man with whom things happen? And if that does, there has to be uniformity. We'll talk about uniformity. Next, are we trying to be smart fellow and over smart that can do miracles and go uncaught? A really smart fellow that can impress the hell out of his audience. Or the one who is trying to solve a problem and comes out as a winner. Or whether it's the conflict with the machines or the knowledge or the elders or the society or the stereotypes or challenge that is seen on stage itself, and then he finds a solution by himself, by his magic. Whatever you do, there has to be a certain uniformity in the flavor or character you are trying to convey. This shouldn't be an assortment of things where at one point of time you're a gambler, then another you're Pharaoh from 1,000 years old, and then you're the smartest, fourth time you're a mentalist. If this kind of variation or abrupt variation is going to happen in your magic, no one is going to take interest in you because they're not able to relate you with certain kind of things. That's why it's said, just because a magic has fooled you doesn't mean it's a good trick for you. Just because you like some magic doesn't mean it will fit you. There are certain elements that fits a personality, voice, the ability to capture the audience attention. There are so many things that the one form that goes well with one magician may not go to the other one. A person may look like a tall black, I'm not racist here, a tall guy who have got mysterious eyes. Maybe the occult theme suits more him. A sophisticated guy, on the other hand, may look more suitable in wearing tuxedo and acting as a gambler. And the third, maybe whose face looks funny, rather small Fritz with a humorous touch would be more suitable. Third, whether you look young, aged, what profession you are in, all these things, and what are the interests of the audience. These together combined forms what is called, what truly can be called as the successful show. And in fact, it's been months and years when I have been practicing those magic, and I am forcing myself to think. And there are many cases which I have seen to just start my show with something that can immediately catch the eyes and ears of the audience. Okay, let us discuss here what are all the possibilities. The scene number one is I produce the coin from the air. There are 5-6 possibilities which I'm going to describe here. First was there's a distraction here and there, invisible distraction which no member of the audience is able to see. I pull it from the air and then the game begins. Second, there is a description of some old pharaohs who have been able to pull up great things and impress the people, dazzle them with surprise. Maybe some of those arts has been learned by me by old book. Then third is I'm plucking the money. That's our secret way to success. Then the fourth can be I am learning the magic from the book, but I'm not learning it well, and maybe that book is prohibited. And when I'm unsuccessful, I'm going to look into it and some botch happens. Then by magic I correct it. And when people see something that these are the kind of problems that they are also stuck with, and when they see you perform or come out of it as a winner, they also want to be like you, because they can associate themselves with that show. And that's how more relevance is found. And that's how success can be achieved as a showmanship. Because when you try to fit in certain tricks of yours into a patter or a character of yours, you'll find that no matter what, you won't be able to squeeze in certain tricks. And that is where this planning comes handy. And imagine if you have just arrived in front of the audience and not showing the things in a particular structure, or you yourself are not decided what impression you are giving. Does that help? No. That's why it's a very urgent task to just think about what you're going to do. And as the Tommy Wilder says, just dream. Have a dream. What, as a magician, would you like to have? As a person, as a layman, if a magician comes in front of you, what he can do with those things, what story can he come up with, what are the conflicts that can be shown right in the front of the audience. And if that is the case, maybe you're the winner, miles ahead of many of the magicians. That's what I'm doing. Today I came up with spread the table and put the close-up mat on it. Then suddenly certain things struck my mind, and I thought this is what I have been doing for months, and I have not been able to find the smart success. So let us today and maybe the coming days, just I'm not allowed to sit, I'm to come up with the idea, the pattern and the act. The clock is ticking. 2 months time. There you go. Bye. Take care.